Today we're going to show you how to stain a floor. And once you're done sweeping the floor, then the last thing is to damp mop it. And that gets the floor ready to receive the stain. We've just been applying the stain bit by bit, and it's pretty easy. You just put some on, dip the rag in the can, put it on, and then flip the rag over, smooth out the smooth out any lines or any heavy spots, and it's remarkably easy. This is not a difficult task, and it actually goes pretty fast. We bought an applicator, but that's probably better used if you're just doing one person. It's kind of like a sponge for a broomstick. But this way of just applying with rags is relatively quick. I guess if you're doing a couple thousand square feet, maybe doing with an applicator might work a little quicker, a little easier. But for our purposes, we're doing about 300 square feet. And this whole process, start to finish, is probably going to take less than 40 minutes. After we get everything applied, we're basically working our way out of this area, and it sets up in a couple hours, but we can't put the clear coat on for 24.
All right, so we're going to use this applicator. We found this. It's called Nylofoam, and the premise of using this particular pad is that it's supposed to not leave any bubbles. So this is, the final look. This is, even though this is clear, if it's in a big, if it leaves a bunch of bubbles, then it's not going to look very good. So this is the pad that came with it, but we don't like this material. We don't think it's going to do well for this application. This is the crystal clear polyurethane that we're going to be applying over our stained floor.
It's nice to put some holes in the inside lip of your can before you pour it, and this will allow the stain or the paint, or in this case the urethane finish, to drain back into the can. Wow, this is super watery. The word is, it looks terrible when it goes on, but it dries really nice and tight, so we'll see.
Okay, so we're applying the polyurethane, and it's a little bit tricky because when you first put it on, it kind of is in a big glob, so you're not supposed to go over it a lot of times, so we're just going over it one more time just to make sure there's not like a big puddle of it sitting on there. And so it's leaving a little bit like a milky residue, but we're not supposed to panic about it. Well, there's something there on the floor right there.
Oh, here, I'll get it. Okay. All right, so this is coat number 3 going on, and every coat looks better, and we're going to do a total of 4 coats.
All right, well, the great news is the floor project is finished. They turned out really great. There's 2 tips I wanted to let you know about. One, when you're applying the clear urethane, it has kind of like a milky look to it, and you're going to be tempted to say, oh my gosh, that's all messed up, and I better go, thin that out. But honestly, you don't need to. Just as you're applying it, just apply it evenly, and it'll take care of itself. This floor now has 4 coats on it, and you really don't want to skimp out on that. You'll probably be tempted to say, oh yeah, it only needs 2, it only needs 3. But we did 4, and it definitely was worth the time and the effort. All right, and so here's our railings, and they turned out wonderfully as well. So the other issue is every time before you go to put down the new coat, you've got to vacuum again. You've got to sweep. You've got to make sure every single speck of dirt, dust, debris is off of the floor or whatever surface you're working on, because just the smallest speck, if you put the urethane over it, it's going to get baked into your floor. So it's very important to keep all the areas completely clean. All right, well, this is definitely a project that you can do, and if you do it yourself, you're going to save a ton of money. If you got anything out of this video, please hit the like button and maybe share it with a friend. And we've got a lot of home improvement videos coming out soon, so be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and click the little notification bell so you can know when our new videos come out. So thanks very much for viewing. We'll see you next time.